Vice City basically raised me. While most kids were watching Shrek, I was stealing cars and blasting 80s music through the car radio. 20 years later, I went back to see if it still holds up. And I wasn't ready for what I found. I wanted to go back to the original Vice City. I have Vice City on my PlayStation 2. I just don't know where, in which box I put the game. I cannot find it, and I don't have a capture card for my PlayStation 2. So I had no other choice but to buy it on PC. Except Rockstar delisted the original. You literally cannot legally buy it anymore unless you're willing to pay 40 plus euros for a sketchy CD key from some grey market site. So the definitive edition it is. I mean, thanks Rockstar, really cool of you to bury the original. Definitive edition is a mess though. Faces look melted, lightning is kinda off, the physics are straight up broken, but underneath all of that, the core is still Vice City. It's still there. The missions, the fight, Tommy's character, the soundtrack. I pushed through all of that jank because the game underneath still matters. So let's just get into it. First thing I want to mention, Ray Liotta. May he rest in peace. Even in the definitive edition, hearing Tommy's voice still hits.
I don't have time to run more errands, Cortez.
You can feel how much work Liotta put into this role. This wasn't some actor in a video game gig. He brought the same energy he brought to Goodfellas. Tommy Vercetti still holds up one of the best protagonists Rockstar ever wrote. And a big part of that is Liotta's delivery.
Shut up, sit down, relax. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Okay, but let's talk about the jank for a second, because honestly, it's real. The definitive edition Tommy is built differently. Like, I can run into cars just on foot and push them 200 meters down the freaking street. Sometimes they explode on impact. I mean, Tommy is basically just a Hulk walking in a Hawaiian shirt. You don't need weapons in this game. You are the weapon.
I am the danger.
I'm not sure if this is a physics bug or if Rockstar just gave up on mass calculations in the definitive edition, but honestly, I'm not complaining. This is pure gold. Here's one thing that got me good though. I'm riding my bike to a mission marker, minding my own business, right? And this NPC just drives into me and Tommy goes flying. Not fast, not violently. It just slowly drifts through the air on his bike and then just dies. I actually said like, whoa, whoa, out loud. This is Vice City in 2026, everyone. Wow. Wow. Wow.
I don't know what the that was.
Cruising down Ocean Drive, owner of a lonely heart kicks in on the radio. I'd like play it for you right now, but YouTube would strike me into oblivion and demonetize this whole freaking video. So guys, just imagine it. You know the song, that plus the neon lights plus the Infernus, it still hits. A nice early game trick though, which I still use up until this day, is if you need a gun, just find a cop, beat him up, take his pistol and use that pistol to kill even more cops, and eventually SWAT just shows up, you kill them, and you can get a Uzi. When you get that Uzi, just save the game, reload your save file, and boom, you're packing heat before you've even done the first real mission, guys. And there is this mission where you cannot take weapons inside on a golf course, right? You have to kill this guy that's golfing there and you cannot go in, you lose all your weapons, blah blah blah. I mean, cool Rockstar, just watch me. I park a Comet up against the fence, climb on the hood, hop over, and now I'm in the golf course with every freaking weapon in my inventory. Your rules mean absolutely nothing to me. But honestly guys, moments like this are why Vice City felt so good. And one of the most iconic missions in the entire game, guys. Cortez asks you to steal a tank, like a freaking tank. And the way you do it, well, you park your bike in front of a freaking tank, you hop off, steal that said tank while the driver is distracted, and you drive it to a garage before it self-destructs, right? Who at Rockstar sat down in 2002 and said, you know what kind of mission we need? We need to steal the tank with a bike as a distraction mission. That makes no sense, but that's exactly what makes it work. It's absurd, it's fun, it's totally GTA. And let's talk about one of my favorite characters from the game, and that's gotta be Lance Van Dance. White suit, smooth attitude, helps Tommy when no one else will, acts like a gentleman, and if I was Tommy in 2002, guys, I would have trusted this guy too. And then, well, you know, Lance is one of those characters where the payoff hits harder the second time through, because you can see all the little signs you missed. Like 9-year-old me, I didn't catch any of it. But here is something I didn't fully appreciate as a kid. How much of Vice City is just Scarface? The mansion, Ricardo Diaz basically being Tony Montana in a different body, the rise from nothing to a kingpin, the drug empire, even the way Tommy eventually takes out Diaz. It's Sosa and Montana's ending flipped around, right? Rockstar didn't just borrow from Scarface, they built Vice City on its bones, and honestly, I think that's why it works. 1980s Miami crime stories have a formula for a reason, and Vice City absolutely nails it. So here is where I land after having talked about all of that before, right? Vice City Definitive Edition is a freaking mess, the faces are broken, the physics are absolute chaos, and Rockstar should be ashamed of how they handled this release from their publisher, right? I am still bitter that the original isn't available. Like, honestly, I freaking hate it because I want to play the freaking original. But underneath all of that, this is still the game that raised me. The missions still slap, Tommy still feels like Tommy in a way, the music still owns, the 80s Miami vibe survives even through the melted lightning. So yeah, 20 years later, Vice City still hits just through a funhouse mirror in a way. Going back to Vice City reminded me why I started making these videos in the first place. Returning to games that mattered and telling the real story behind them. Next one's Red Dead Redemption 2, one of the best games ever made by Rockstar, but I refused to play the story for a long time. If you're interested, here you go. I hope to see you there.